Hi, we are Juan Pablo and Mike from Horrorama here in Mexico. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great to see you guys. How you doing?
We're doing great. We had the chance to see the Nun 2 yesterday, and it was fantastic. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot.
Is it okay if we start?
Yeah. Let's jump right into it.
Okay. This is your third film in the Conjuring universe. What's the secret for making exciting movie so exciting?
I think that when you go to see a Conjuring movie, I think one of the biggest things is it needs to be scary, and that is the core element that everybody wants. I think the thing that you don't think about is the characters. I think that the characters and having an emotional connection to the characters is the thing that really draws you into the world and into the setting, and that in turn makes you care more, and it makes the scenes that are scary all the more scary. I think that the Conjuring's always had this kind of great mix of incredible scares, incredible heart, and also there are always stories of faith. There's always this element of religion or faith. It's explored in different ways, and I think it's those kind of three. That's like the holy trinity of the Conjuring universe, you know.
That's great. Um, which was your favorite scene to film in the Nun 2, and why?
Good question. I think my favorite scene to film was the newsstand scene. I think that was something that was incredibly challenging. There was a lot. It was a very technical scene, just with how we had to go into it, and it was also kind of such a long, like a wild idea. It was like one of the first ideas I had in the movie when the script was really early on, and I was looking through like research, like a lot of old photos of France and Spain in the 50s, and I started getting this idea of centering a scare around a newsstand, and the idea was like, okay, this is going to be like a flip book. This is going to be like a living flip book and a collage, and it's going to be something that's like very unique, and the nun's going to manifest in a way we've never seen before. But then as we got into it, it was so incredibly difficult to do, and it was one of the most challenging sequences that we did, and it was like the first idea, and it was like so it's like the first thing I was like working on in the movie, and it was like literally the last thing I was working on in the movie, because there's elements in it that we did a lot of stuff in camera, and a lot of stuff is practical, and there's some mechanical page flipping in there, but then to like get things to perfectly land and perfectly line up, we had to like go in and do some digital cleanup and then replace a couple pages. We were working on that right into the end, so it was kind of like it was the longest kind of piece of the movie, but yeah, I think it was the most satisfying to shoot. I really enjoyed doing that.
And it turned out beautifully, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much.
It's fantastic. I also wanted to ask you, did you have, like, while growing up, a religious or Catholic education?
Just from going to church, I was raised Catholic, and I went through all the sacraments. I'm confirmed and everything, and I'm not practicing anymore, but it was something that was a huge part of my childhood and growing up, and I think that kind of gave me a perspective on the world and the universe. And this movie, where it's not just the demon nun, we're also following Sister Irene and Deborah as they are on the hunt for the nun. And the thing with that was I really wanted to get the nuns right. I really, not just because I was Catholic, but just like, this is a world that I don't have a great insight into. Even though the funny thing with nuns is even if you are Catholic and you go to church, it's like there's nuns if you go to Catholic school, but like the rest of the world is like oftentimes like, you don't see nuns like walking around like everywhere. And so even though I grew up Catholic, I didn't have a lot of exposure to nuns just because I didn't go to Catholic school. And it was a world I didn't really know. And so I really wanted to get my research right. I really wanted to nail it. And the best one, a lot of people, we had a screening last night and a lot of people really, really loved the movie and really came out with like really positive things to say. One of my favorite things was actually a real nun who I believe I'm speaking to today, but she came to me and she said, you got the nun stuff right. So many of these movies, they do not get the perspective of nuns right, and you totally did. And I was so happy to hear that.
Okay, we have to go now. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on this new film, and thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was too short. It was so great talking to you guys. I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for the coverage.
Thank you.
Thank you. See ya.
See ya.